So just recently, I've been changing things up a little bit at the gym. I'm a committed gym goer. I try to train 3 to 4 times a week, but even with the best will in the world, sometimes I can only make it down there 3 times a week. Ideally four, but as I say, sometimes only three. Um, and I have been doing a push-pull leg split. So one day I'll go down there, I'll do my leg workout, and then another day I'll do my push workout, another day I'll do my pull workout, which covers all body parts within the 7 day period. And if I can get the fourth day in, then I might do a full body or start the cycle again. That's the theory. But as mentioned, more often than not, I can only get down there 3 times a week. So with that in mind, I've opted to change up to a full body routine. The benefits of this is you're doing a little bit each day of each body part. And if you can only go 3 times a week, then you've still trained each body part 3 times in that week. It's been going quite well so far. Last Monday, I went down there and I did the Bulgarian split squats, which are horrific. Not only for the muscle burn you get, but I'm also my ankles aren't fantastic, and I've not got great balance, and particularly on the left one where I suffered a bit of an injury during my time in the Marines, so that's affected me in the long term. So if for those of you not familiar with the Bulgarian split squat, basically you put one leg, you rest one leg on behind you, and then you're holding weight, or you can do them body weight, and you squat down with your front leg, and the back leg is only supposed to be a support, like a kickstand on a bike, as the online people say. So doing those, and did several sets of those. Then I moved on to pull-ups, or explosive pull-ups I'm doing at the moment, because I'm really trying to work on building up to being able to do several reps of a muscle up. I can do 2 shaky ones at the moment, but the idea with these explosive pull-ups is you pull as hard as you can and you lift your body up as high as you can, and ideally you want to get down to the waist. At the moment I'm getting to about the sternum, thereabouts, but I am making progress, so that's good. And after that, moved on to some dumbbell incline flies for a few sets, and then finished off with some face pulls, which work the rear shoulder muscles, and some dumbbell pullovers, which again, you're laid back on a bench and you're pulling over like this. Which is a favourite of Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day, I believe. So that's one session down. On the next train day, I can't remember whether I trained, I think, yeah, I did train on the Tuesday. And on that day I did belt squats, which is an absolute lifesaver for a guy like me, because I'm a tall bloke and I do suffer with back injury from time to time, and touch wood, nothing for a while. But these belt squats, it's a machine where you have a belt around your waist and it's attached to a machine, and you're squatting up and down like that. And the benefit of that is there's no axial load on your spine. It's that all the weight is going through your hips and your legs, so that's ideal. So did that, and then I moved on to some weighted dips. And with those, you just strap a weight belt around you and put weight on it and bang out as many reps as you can. So that was session 2. Session 3, I did the dreaded 20 rep squat. And with the 20 rep squat, you take your theoretical 10 rep max, you unrack it, you squat as many reps as you can, take a breather, all the while the bar must remain on your shoulders, and you just take a breather and then crack out a few more reps, and you so on and so forth until you've got the full 20 reps. And I did it with 120k. I got up to 10 reps, and that's when I had to take a bit of a rest pause, a few breaths, cracked out a couple more reps, and another rest, a couple more reps after that, and I only ended up managing to do 15 reps. And at this point, my low back was starting to feel a little bit iffy, so I thought I'm not just going to push through just for the sake of ego. I racked the bar then, had a bit of a walk around for 20 seconds or so, and then unracked it and did another. Intended to only do another 5 reps, but I lost count and I think I ended up doing another 6. So that was 21 reps there. And then I did another 2 sets of 8 reps and another set of 5 reps just to properly see myself off. So that was that. And then afterwards, what did I do after that? I think I just did some bodyweight pull-ups at this point, and then moved over onto the Smith machine and did some seated shoulder press like this. And I'm not a big fan of the Smith machine, but I thought after having so much load on my spine, it'd be wise to be seated and have something that's got a bit of support to it. So if I did bail out, I could just clunk and rack the bar and walk away. I also had an arm specific day where I did several different bicep and tricep exercises and finished off with some shoulder isolation exercises. And then on day 4, I actually can't remember what I did. That's to light. I did seated leg press on a leg press machine, which wasn't optimal, but the sledge leg press machine was being used, so I couldn't use that. And I did some chest supported T-bar rows, which is one of my favourite pulling exercises at the gym. And then afterwards I did some normal flat barbell bench press, which I haven't done for a long time. And I finished off with some dumbbell pullovers again. Also, I've been jumping in the sauna for a bit as well, because the health benefits of this are myriad. I'm not a big fan of the heat, but it's supposed to be good for recovery, so I gave that a go. All in all, solid week's training, but I think I'm feeling a little bit burnt out now because my sleep hasn't been optimal for the past few nights. I've been waking up in the night and just waking up feeling drained, and I've just run into a friend of mine up the road who lives just around here somewhere. He said, "God, you're looking a bit tired, mate. Are you smashing it at the gym?" And I was like, yeah, pretty much. And he said, "Yeah, you could be headed for burnout." So he advised I take it easy for a bit. So today I had intended to go this afternoon, but I'm not going to now because the weather out there is not great, and I'm quite nice and warm at home now with my cups of tea. I think I'm just going to relax for the evening. Might go for a sauna later, but we'll see how it goes.